You can also wake up a thyroid gland. So underactive thyroid gland, you see, underactive thyroid gland, you can put a cayenne pepper poultice on that, or compress. And what you would do is you would just do one about this size because your thyroid gland is about there. And then you would put it on for a few hours. Now, we had a lady who was so excited about this because she had an underactive thyroid. She was on medication. Today, she is on no medication. It took a bit of work, but eventually she got off her medication. And that's quite a surprise to most people because most people think if they're on the thyroid medication, they're on it for the rest of their life. Her doctor took her off because all her levels became normal because of everything else she was doing. So she put it on and went to bed, and she didn't sleep all night because that woke her thyroid gland up so much she became active all night. So, message from this is, don't put it on before you go to bed. So after that, we started putting it on just in the morning while I was doing the lecture while she was with us. And she said that after about half an hour, it got really, really hot, and then it would settle down a little bit.
Hello and welcome back. I'm Barbara O'Neill, and today we're going to talk about something many of us have in our kitchens right now, cayenne pepper. You've probably used it to spice up your meals, but did you know that cayenne pepper has some shocking health benefits that you might not be aware of? In fact, studies show that cayenne pepper can boost metabolism, improve digestion, and even support heart health. But here's the catch, you might be using it all wrong. In this video, I'm going to show you the best ways to use cayenne pepper to get the most out of its powerful benefits. As a thank you for joining me today, we're giving away 100 free copies of my best-selling book to subscribers. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe, like this video, and comment why you want to win.
Now we're going to have a look at cayenne pepper. This is my travelling pack. I take cayenne pepper everywhere with me. Cayenne pepper is a remarkable herb. Cayenne pepper is not chili. Chili comes from the chili family, and cayenne pepper comes from the capsicum family. Chili is an irritant to the lining of the gastrointestinal tract. Black pepper is an irritant to the lining of the gastrointestinal tract. But cayenne pepper will heal a stomach ulcer. Cayenne pepper moves blood. It's one of the best circulatory stimulants there is. It's not a nervous system stimulant like your caffeines or your tobacco. It's a blood stimulant. And when you consider that the life of the flesh is in the blood, cayenne pepper is a wonderful healer. And you can put cayenne pepper with any other herb and it'll intensify its action. So let's begin by looking at how you can use cayenne pepper internally. By the way, how would you take it? Well, a medicinal dose may be 1/4 teaspoon in a little bit of water and throw it down. Won't it burn? Well, I prefer to call it tingle. It might feel like it's burning, but it will never burn. I have a book at home by Jethro Kloss called Back to Eden. He devotes half a page to every herb except for cayenne pepper. 10 pages he devotes to cayenne pepper. It's a remarkable herb, and I think I mentioned this the other night. You can get an ebook. It's called Curing with Cayenne by Sam Beiser, and you can download that book. The whole book is on cayenne pepper. It's a remarkable herb. So let's have a look at internally. Internally, it'll heal a stomach ulcer, because what the cayenne does, it causes a constriction of any open blood vessels. So just for a moment, let's look at externally. If you have a cut, you pour cayenne pepper into it and it'll stop the bleeding. Now, we had a Fijian doctor come over and work with me for a couple of weeks. She wanted to look at what we did. Do you know, she works in Suva now, and her name is the nutritional doctor. She works all with natural medicines. But let's back to Misty Mountain. I'm giving a lecture, and I heard a crash in the kitchen, but I just kept lecturing, as I always do. Like when the little girl does ballerinas there, I just keep lecturing. Yes, the building might fall down, and I just might keep lecturing. That's my job, just keep lecturing. I was in the Bronx, New York, lecturing one day, and behind everyone, a policeman came in with his gun drawn. I just kept lecturing. He went out again. So the good news, we're going to keep going. Anyway, where was I? Misty Mountain, and we've got the doctor. Crash in the kitchen. Found out later the blender had dropped and she had bare feet as Fijians do. And you know how thick blenders are? 3 bits of glass had gone on the top of her foot and she had 3 1 centimetre long cuts on the top of her feet. And the staff were saying, Barbara, quick. So I went outside and just like most Fijians, she's laughing. And I looked at her foot and I could see little globules of fat. How deep is that? That's very deep. I said, don't worry about it, we'll fix it. So I went and got the cayenne pepper and I sprinkled cayenne pepper in it. Anyway, she laughed the louder, as Fijians do. Most others would have screamed. Doesn't it hurt? Well, it's already hurting. So it just hurts a little bit more. And only hurts momentarily. It's like when you put cayenne pepper in your mouth, the tingle dies down. And then we bound it up. Well, I saw her the next day and she said, I can't believe this. She said, I would have stitched that. She said, if I'd been near a hospital, she said, I would have stitched that. But she said, this has drawn it together. She said, all the swelling's gone down. She said, it's unbelievable.
Cayenne pepper's healing effects are not just anecdotal, they are backed by science. The primary active component in cayenne pepper is capsaicin, a compound responsible for its heat and medicinal properties. When you apply cayenne pepper to a wound or consume it internally, capsaicin stimulates the blood flow to the affected area by dilating blood vessels. This increased circulation brings more oxygen and nutrients to the tissue, which helps speed up the healing process. In the case of a wound, it can promote clotting by constricting blood vessels and stopping bleeding, while also reducing swelling and inflammation. Capsaicin also plays a significant role in the body's pain response. When applied to the skin or mucous membranes, capsaicin binds to certain receptors in the nerve cells known as TRPV1 receptors. These receptors are responsible for detecting heat and pain. By activating these receptors, capsaicin induces a temporary feeling of heat or burning, which eventually desensitizes the nerves and reduces pain sensation over time. This is why cayenne pepper is sometimes used in topical creams and ointments for pain relief, particularly for conditions like arthritis and muscle pain. On a cellular level, capsaicin has been shown to have antioxidant properties, which means it helps protect cells from oxidative damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules that can cause damage to cells, leading to inflammation, aging, and disease. By reducing oxidative stress, cayenne pepper can contribute to overall health and well-being, promoting faster healing of internal and external injuries. Internally, cayenne pepper can also stimulate the digestive system. It triggers the production of saliva and digestive enzymes, which aids in breaking down food more efficiently. The increased blood flow to the gastrointestinal tract can also help heal ulcers by enhancing the healing process of the stomach lining. Capsaicin has been shown to have antimicrobial properties as well, which means it can help fight off harmful bacteria in the digestive system, further promoting gut health.
My son William, when he was about 10, he was clearing away the banana, the cut banana. You know how bananas, you'll get the old ones? And the elder son was cutting them with a machete. And William thought Peter had finished that area, and he came in just as the knife came down and cut across the fingers. In fact, the other son was looking through the grass for the fingers, but it was all right, they were still there. Anyway, I was in the meeting at a time. I looked up and saw Peter saying, "Mum," and I said to my daughter, go and see what's wrong with Pete. And then they were all gone. Well, I finished the meeting and went up to the house half an hour later, and there's William with cayenne pepper all over. The kids had put the cayenne pepper on it. And he was sitting there with a frozen juice ice block. That had made him happy. Do you know that it should have been stitched probably? Well, I wouldn't have stitched it, but I'd say most people would have thought it should have been stitched, but it healed very nicely. Now, this little finger was bent for a while, so what did he cut through? A tendon. Now, when my brother-in-law saw that, he was not very happy because he felt I should have had it stitched. But I thought, well, it's his left hand and it's the third finger, so what does it matter if it's a bit bent? Do you know how you sort of got to... And what would happen if he went to hospital? They would have insisted on tetanus. They would have insisted on, how are they going to find that time? I thought, no, it'll be right. So what I did was every time we were sitting in church or sitting in a car, I'd just rub it. And I found within a few weeks it was working again. See, hey, you've got to weigh up. What is this really important? And as I said, if I broke my arm and my bones were sticking out, I'd be very thankful for a doctor to perform an operation to get my arm working again. But there are lots of little tiny bits and pieces that the natural remedies will fix. So any cut, put the cayenne pepper on it. Yes, it will hurt, but it's already hurting, and remember, it'll settle down, and then bind it up, because it'll constrict the blood vessels and cause them to shut. Now, internally, if there's a bleeding ulcer and you take cayenne pepper, won't it hurt? It'll give a little bit of a tingle, but it will never hurt, meaning it will never cause an ulcer. In the book Jethro Kloss, there's a doctor that says it's impossible to cause a lesion with cayenne pepper. Another doctor said, you cannot abuse cayenne pepper. It's impossible to abuse it. It's actually a very safe herb. It will never harm. It might feel like it sometimes, but it will never harm. You can also use it internally if someone has a heart attack. Now, I had read about this, but I experienced it once, and it was when we had our health retreat in Melbourne. I got a call from one of the staff. A lady's had a heart attack in the middle of a cooking class. So I ran down. I was there in 3 minutes. The lady's lying on the ground. Her face is white. There's a guy holding a pulse. He said, the pulse is gone? Almost. I said, quick, cayenne pepper. I got a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, quickly put it in her mouth. She was half conscious. We're able to give her a little bit of water to drink. Within 2 minutes, the guy holding the pulse said, the pulse is strong. All the colour came back into her cheeks, and she sat up and said, what happened? Just amazing. We sold out of cayenne pepper that program. Everyone, what happened to that lady? What happened to that lady is that cayenne pepper, when it got into the blood vessels, it thinned the blood. This is the best blood thinner. No need to warfarin, I mean rat poison. No need for aspirin. And by the way, it has been shown today that aspirin causes brain bleeds. This is very, very safe.
Cayenne pepper has been used for centuries, not just as a flavourful spice, but also for its numerous health benefits. These benefits can be attributed to capsaicin, the active compound in cayenne pepper, which is responsible for its fiery heat. Capsaicin has a wide array of medicinal properties, and understanding how it works in the body can help clarify why it's so beneficial for various health issues. One of the most notable benefits of cayenne pepper is its ability to improve circulation. Capsaicin has been shown to stimulate the production of nitric oxide in the body, which helps to widen blood vessels and improve blood flow. This increased circulation can be particularly helpful for people who suffer from conditions such as poor circulation, cold extremities, or even varicose veins. By promoting better blood flow, cayenne pepper ensures that oxygen and nutrients are efficiently delivered to tissues, helping with recovery and overall health. In addition to its effects on circulation, cayenne pepper is a powerful anti-inflammatory. Chronic inflammation is linked to many health problems, including heart disease, arthritis, and even certain cancers. Capsaicin works by reducing the production of substances that cause inflammation, such as prostaglandins. This can help reduce pain, swelling, and stiffness, particularly for those suffering from conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or osteoarthritis. It's even been shown to alleviate the pain of nerve damage in conditions like diabetic neuropathy. Cayenne pepper also acts as a natural detoxifier. It helps the body to expel toxins more efficiently by promoting sweating and encouraging bowel movements. The heat from cayenne pepper increases body temperature, stimulating thermogenesis, the process by which your body generates heat. This process boosts metabolism and helps the body to burn fat more effectively. As a result, cayenne pepper is often included in weight loss supplements, as it may help individuals burn more calories even while at rest. Additionally, the capsaicin in cayenne pepper may reduce appetite, helping individuals control their food intake and resist overeating.
You can also use it internally if someone has a heart attack. Now, I had read about this, but I experienced it once, and it was when we had our health retreat in Melbourne. I got a call from one of the staff. A lady's had a heart attack in the middle of a cooking class. So I ran down. I was there in 3 minutes. The lady's lying on the ground. Her face is white. There's a guy holding a pulse. He said, "The pulse is gone." Almost. I said, "Quick, cayenne pepper." I got a half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, quickly put it in her mouth. She was half conscious. We're able to give her a little bit of water to drink. Within 2 minutes, the guy holding the pulse said, "The pulse is strong." All the colour came back into her cheeks, and she sat up and said, "What happened?" Just amazing. We sold out of cayenne pepper that program. Everyone, what happened to that lady? What happened to that lady is that cayenne pepper, when it got into the blood vessels, it thinned the blood.
The benefits of cayenne pepper don't stop there. It also has strong antibacterial properties. The capsaicin in cayenne can help fight off harmful bacteria in the digestive system, ensuring better gut health. By promoting a healthy balance of gut bacteria, cayenne can prevent overgrowth of harmful microbes that could lead to digestive issues, bloating, or infections. This is why cayenne pepper is often recommended for digestive health, including conditions like irritable bowel syndrome, IBS. Another key benefit of cayenne pepper is its role in heart health. As mentioned earlier, cayenne pepper helps improve circulation, which can support healthy blood pressure levels. Studies have shown that capsaicin can reduce levels of LDL cholesterol, the bad cholesterol, while increasing HDL cholesterol, the good cholesterol. This balance can help reduce the risk of plaque buildup in arteries and improve overall cardiovascular health. Additionally, cayenne pepper's ability to act as a natural blood thinner means it can prevent blood clots, reducing the risk of heart attack or stroke.
You could take a bucket of that a day and you would still not bleed to death. Because, remember herbs? Psalm 104 verse 14, God made herbs for the service of man. They work with the body. Now what that did when this lady took it, it thinned the blood, it immediately opened, dilated all her blood vessels, and she got a dramatic delivery of blood all through her body, and that's what pulled her around. Isn't that amazing? If you've got a stomach ulcer, it'll constrict the bleeding vessels. If you need to open the arteries, it'll just open that. That's how the herbs work with the body. You can also use cayenne pepper to wake up areas of the body that may be sleeping. Now, we have had a few people come to our program who've got peripheral neuropathy. That means they've lost the feeling in their feet. And this is one of the side effects of chemotherapy. So we've had a few people come who have lost the feeling in their feet. And it can also be used when people get commonly cold feet. You must never allow your feet to get cold, because perfect health requires perfect circulation, and perfect circulation means that your feet are the same as the rest of your body, the same temperature. I used to get cold feet a lot till I started exercising. You see, exercise is the best cure for poor circulation, especially that interval training. But we have had many people come with cold feet, and we've had a few people come with peripheral neuropathy. They've lost the feelings in their extremities. Now, if someone's lost the feelings in their extremities, you can never do hot and cold foot treatments on them. You put cold feet into really hot water, you can damage the tissues. So you have to be very cautious with that. But you can put a cayenne pepper compress on the bottom of the feet. Now what I usually do, now you see what I've done here, I've got a piece of Glad wrap and I've got kitchen paper that's been folded over. I'm going to put a light sprinkle of oil on that, and then I'm going to sprinkle about half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper on that. And what the person does, they put their foot straight on the cayenne pepper, wrap the Glad wrap round, put it in a sock and keep it on all night. And by morning, their feet are warm and their feet stay warm. I had one man who'd lost all feeling in his feet, and on the second night he got pins and needles in his feet. What's pins and needles? That's the first sign that life's coming back in the feet. You see, it's very, very gentle. So usually I put olive oil, and I haven't got olive oil, so I'm just going to do a little bit of castor oil here. So just a little smear of olive oil or castor oil, just enough to so that the cayenne pepper will stick. And now I just spread that over so it's spread out. And I have put a little bit too much on there, but that will be just enough for the other foot. So I'm just going to put another one on so that to mop it up, because it's, oh yes. So I've easily got enough for 2 feet here. And most of us have got 2 feet, yes. And now I'm going to sprinkle the cayenne pepper on. So the oil is just so that the cayenne pepper sticks to it. Because if you didn't put the oil on, of course the cayenne pepper would just all fall off. Now this is about how much I put on. So you see that? And then the foot goes on that. It will not burn the foot. If I put that on my foot, and we're not going to do it in this weather, because we're warm enough anyway, but if I put that on my foot, by about 4 in the morning, I'm waking up wanting to take them off. My feet are getting so hot. But if someone has cold feet, by morning their feet are just getting warm. If someone has no feeling in their feet, sometimes it will take 2 nights before it will come. Now, if you put it on your feet every night, you're going to want to sit with your feet in ice water all day long because your feet will get too hot. So what I usually suggest, if someone has cold feet, do it about every 3 nights until their feet stay warm. And if someone has no feeling in their feet, even then I would probably only do it every 2 nights. And of course you wait for your result. You would stop if the person has full feeling in their feet and their feet feel like they're on fire the whole time, then you would stop. So you watch the body's response.
If you continue to monitor the body's response, you can adjust the treatment based on how the person feels. It's important to understand that everyone's body reacts differently. Some people might experience quick results, while others may take a bit longer. The key is to be patient and consistent without overdoing it. Once a person has regained full feeling in their feet, it's essential to ensure that circulation stays healthy. This is where maintaining a balanced lifestyle, including regular exercise and good nutrition, comes into play. While cayenne pepper can provide immediate relief and improve circulation, it's only one part of the equation. For long-term health, especially if someone is dealing with issues like neuropathy or cold feet, it's important to incorporate other lifestyle changes. Proper hydration, maintaining a healthy weight, avoiding smoking, and managing stress are crucial. Also, incorporating foods that support blood circulation, such as those rich in vitamin C, vitamin E, and omega-3 fatty acids, can further enhance the benefits of cayenne pepper. Additionally, people who are sensitive to cayenne pepper or who have certain medical conditions should consult with a healthcare professional before starting the treatment. While it's generally safe for most people, it's always better to err on the side of caution, especially if there are underlying health conditions. For example, people with gastrointestinal issues might find that cayenne pepper aggravates their symptoms. The most important aspect of using natural remedies like cayenne pepper is being aware of the body's feedback. If at any point discomfort becomes unbearable or there are signs of irritation, it's important to discontinue use. Keeping the lines of communication open with a healthcare provider is essential for making sure that all treatments, natural or otherwise, are beneficial in the long run. By paying attention to how the body responds and making adjustments as needed, you can ensure that you're using remedies in a way that truly supports overall health and well-being. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you found these tips on cayenne pepper helpful. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the bell for more health insights. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.